Hey guys, I'm back with another layout with this Carta Bella kit. And a couple of videos ago, I went through and told you how I organize like what scraps I have left to create pages out of those scraps. And so this is one of those piles. And I've made a few adjustments to some of them. This one, um, not too many. I think I mainly use the sides that I intended to use for this one, but I know a couple on the other ones. I think I'm going to switch maybe some of the sides. We'll see what happens. But anyway, so I have this photo of myself and my daughter when she was this sweet little flower girl. This was a few years ago. And thought that the colors went really well just with that pale pink, and then I have kind of that brighter reddish pink color that shows up in those florals and in the sticker that I had paired with these papers as well. And so here I'm just trying to figure out, I know I want to just kind of layer these and then just put the photo on top of the layers, and I'm just trying to figure out how I want those to go. I love that black and white pattern paper with these softer floral patterns. I think that looks, it just provides some contrast, and it's for a wedding, and it kind of pulls in. I have that camera case that I'm holding, and it's black, and so it kind of helps bring all those colors together, and I just like how that looks. That real formal, kind of bolder print with these floral, softer floral patterns. So I'm just kind of messing around here, just trying to figure out how I want to layer these strips, and I have to trim a couple of them down, but for the most part, I make them all work how they are. I did have to pull in some white cardstock for the background. As I mentioned, I was out of the full sheet, so these last four layouts will be using cardstock from my stash, but that's okay. My goal will have been to have used up every single piece of paper in this kit as well as sticker, and I think I'm gonna get that done. So, and then I also had pulled in some brads, and I think I'll have probably gotten maybe half of that packaged used. We'll see how I do these next couple layouts. I have two more to go. Maybe I'll get those brads used up on those last two layouts. We'll see what happens. I used one on this one, I believe. So here I'm really liking how this is coming together. I just want to layer them in different lengths and depths and fit them together so that it creates this nice shelf for the photo to sit on. I contemplate briefly about using this other side with the frames, but it just looked a little too busy against that that diamond paper, and it brought in a lot of other colors that I wasn't going to be able to bring in, being that I only had that one sticker for embellishment. I just didn't want to have to bring in all those other, it just didn't feel right to bring in all those other colors, so I just stick with the blue side. So here I'm adhering everything down, and that darker reddish flourish pattern paper is actually the back side of one of the cut apart cards. So that's an instance in where I didn't use it as a cut apart card. I used the back side as pattern paper. And it was just one that the phrase on it wasn't one that I thought that I would ever use. So I was totally okay giving that particular card up and using the back. And so here I have this completed, except for the photo is not quite adhered down yet. I ran out of adhesive, and then I have to pause here shortly because I have some problems. I'm probably due to change out my adhesive roller because my refills are starting to have issues. So I don't know if there's some gunky stuff somewhere, but anyway, here's where I have to pause because I have to make some adjustments to my adhesive. So I just use the stuff from Walmart. I think it's Elmer's, and I just do that because it's easier to grab when I'm shopping for other stuff, and I can always keep stocked up on it. I also got a whole bunch of it. It was on sale. It was like half price. I don't know if that means that they're clearancing it out. I hope not. But they had them really cheap, so I stocked up on a bunch of the refills and stuff. So I have these little bits and pieces still laying around from, pieces I'd cut off, and just continue to kind of layer them up. And then I have this sticker that is going to be my title, and I popped it up just to give a little dimension. And again, this is going to be a really simple layout, which is totally okay. Again, my goal was to just use up this entire kit and make it go as far as possible. And it's for me, it's fun. It's fun to say, okay, these are the limited supplies you have for this page, and make it work. And it also really encourages me to use my stamp set, because I think I've used it on almost every layout with this, because it's been my only option in some instances to make something a little bit prettier on the page. And so it's a really good way to force yourself to use your stamps, is to give that as one of the very few options that available to you. And so anyway, so I have this die cut little tag thingy that came off the Brad package from My Mind's Eye, and I didn't like the color that the Brad that was in it, so I took one of the softer pinks and used that one instead. And I have trouble poking all the way because I think there's like 4 layers there now, so I don't end up poking through it all. I end up just like putting it into the tag and then like bending it, so it has a little bit of bulkiness to it, but no one would probably notice. I tuck it partially under that sticker that's popped up. So and I like that, and the pink is a tad different, but it looks like that softer, lighter pink that's layered behind the photo there, and it also really matches her dress, which is that light pink. So then I find this one more little piece I have here, and I think that's going to work great up here to pull that floral pattern back up to the top, kind of make it feel complete. And then I have this, before I get to that, I decided I want to stamp, and I just I want to do it in this little corner here, and so I just figure out which I wanted to use when the florals, and I decided on this one here that's just going to fit perfectly in that little corner there, and just to provide a little bit of embellishment to the page. So I ink it up with Heidi Swapp Black, and just adds a nice little detail to the page. So then I come across this little scrap that must have been from either one of the cards or something, and decided to tuck it in and journal on it along the top here. And because I don't need a ton of room for journaling, I've already journaled about this particular event. This is just more about this particular photo. And so I just tuck that in between the floral and that blue paper and journal really quickly. And then I could think a little bit about the date, about what year it was. And so I just add that in. Add that in there, and then so the journaling's done, and now I just feel like I want to add some things to the background. So I pull my enamel dots and just scatter some enamel dots. And again, I just pulled kind of a handful from my stash to just keep out with this kit that match the colors. And I just kind of scatter them around in the 3 little sections and tuck some kind of under the papers and it was fun finding this photo. I came across it and you know, it cuts off my head, but I just kind of love how it just shows me and my daughter just walking, holding hands, and I don't get in the pictures very often, so when I come across photos that I didn't know existed, it makes me kind of happy. So this was in my mom's photos, and she had taken this photo of me and my daughter, and so yeah, it was just nice to, it was nice to come across sweet photos like that. So pretty soon here I come across, I had a few of those little circle flower stickers that was cut out from the original sticker sheet, and so I take 3 of those and just tuck them kind of underneath an enamel dot in each of the 3 sections and just kind of grounds them a little bit, having that enamel dot on top of them. I always struggle with small stickers like that. I feel like they kind of lend themselves to looking like a sticker sneeze because they're so little, and so trying to ground them is always kind of tricky, but a good way to use them. So I really like how those look. And with that, this is pretty much done, except I splatter some Heidi Swapp blush, which is that lighter pale pink color. And I wanted to get some more of that just because of the color of my daughter's Flower Girl dress is that light pink. And so I wanted to get a little bit more of that light pink up in the forefront. And with that, I call this layout good. So 1 more layout completed, 2 more to go. So I'll be back soon with another process video for 1 more layout using up scraps from this Carta Bella paper pack. So we'll be back soon. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.